Hey, you guys, wanted to jump on real quick, share some encouragement for you and your life, your business, wherever you're at. Really, it's something I've been doing for the last couple of years, and I think it is encouraging. And why am I outside? Because it ties in directly with that. But some background. Still living at home, but I've been saving up for years to buy my own house, to get married, have lots of kids. Okay, that's the dream. That's the goal I'm headed after. But at the same time, I also want to have that attraction farm, and I want land and, just really cool things. And I love gardening, plants, trees, all this kind of stuff. But guess what? It takes a lot of time. And by the time I get where I'm going to be going, I'm probably not going to have a lot of money because all the money will be spent on that. If I can get this business to make some money. That's a story for another day. But what I started doing was getting pots, planting plants that take many years to grow, but getting excited about it of like, hey, guess what? This little palm tree here, it was attached to a bigger one that is in our front yard. Well, we detached it, and I said, you know what? That palm tree, that little one, we're gonna put it in a pot, and that's going to my future house. Same with this clipping right here. It was in the neighbor's front yard in the street. They were getting rid of it. And all you do is you take it, put it in some dirt, it grows roots. And that was another thing where I was like, you know what? That's gonna be at my future house. Most exciting though is right behind me. This is a queen palm, and I don't know if you'd say I'm obsessed with palm trees, but I really like palm trees. Queen palms in particular are my favorite ones out there. Why? Because it gives like that aquatic feel. They're usually around pools. I love to swim, hanging out in a swimsuit around the beach, water, the poolside, reading, swimming. All of that to me is just amazing. And so I had went on this journey of like, I'm gonna find the nicest queen palm in the neighborhood while I'm walking a dog, and I'm gonna grab the seeds, I'm gonna watch YouTube, like a similar video, and I'm gonna go ahead and learn how to grow this plant. Well, I watched some videos and it was such a long process, and then all of a sudden I looked out in my yard. I was like, watching the YouTube video, I'm like, those sproutlings are in my yard already. And it turns out the squirrels planted the seeds, and basically God's creation did its own thing, and I didn't have to go through this whole process. All I did was go out with a shovel, dig it up, and then here we are. I think it's a year and a half, maybe 2 years later, and it is its own little tree. And I just bought this huge pot. It was actually in this one. It's a bunch of succulents, but it was just in that one. I'm like, I need a bigger pot because I don't have that house yet. I haven't gotten to my goals quite yet, but I'm on my way and I'm making progress as I go. And so for me, this is what gets me really excited about the future, even though the future can seem bleak, so far away, so unattainable, because right now I'm not making money with my own business, and I think God wants me on this path. I know I'm supposed to be on this path, and that's something tricky to balance of, it feels like I'm going backwards, but I actually am going forwards. But to go forwards, on paper at least, it has to look like I'm going backwards. But for me, this is so encouraging because I can actively be working on that future, not only in the business, bettering myself as a future husband and father, provider, all of those things. But all of this gets me so excited because I'm like, right now I can be taking care of this palm tree. And one day when I plant it either on my home property or on my farm, I will be like, man, I grew this from when it was tiny. And I'm also going to do the same with roses, because did you know you can take rose clippings and little Teddy's right here. Let me see if I can grab them. This is Teddy, our puppy. But roses, you can do the same. And did you know roses take forever to get full grown? And you gotta buy them. They're very expensive, and they're usually bare root, so it takes years. And guess what? At my farm, I want a rose garden. Of course, it's a attraction farm, so it's gonna have many different elements to it, but basically it's gonna draw people together, communities together, have events there, camps there, and it's gonna be a working farm. We're gonna have chickens, of course, probably goats, maybe bunnies, I don't know, a bunny farm. You can do a lot with bunnies. Did you know you can eat them? Yeah, rabbits do. They have lots of babies, so you always have a lot of rabbits. Besides the point though, the roses, those are a thing that I can also do now. I cut back the roses all the time and we just put it out in the street to get picked up. But I can be putting that in a pot of dirt and start growing my rose plants and bushes today. So we're gonna wrap this up, but it's all to say, can you be doing this in your own life? Maybe it's with plants and trees and you can get started now, or maybe it's something else in your life where you can take these small steps to be working towards bettering yourself or your business to give you that excitement now. Because maybe you're just starting out in your business and it does feel like it's gonna be so far away until you can make a living off of it. Not even a living, just to sustain the business, which means you're not going in debt, you're not using your own money. The business is paying everything to then profitable to making over that, and then to actually live off of that, that's a whole nother question. But I think it is important to find these little things because life can get you down. Sounds so cheesy, but it can be hard. Being a small business owner is hard. Just living life is hard. I always say that. I'm like, don't even throw in being a small business owner. Life is hard. It can be hard. But if you can find these small things to add into your day, your overall schedule to get you pumped up and ready, then man, it's going to be so much better, like such a fun process along the way. And it's going to be so worth it once you can get there and see all that you've done, all that you've been working on in these years leading up to it. So I hope you're excited to follow my own journey. I'm excited to follow yours. Make sure you plug in with what we're doing here at Fisher Philbrick. I don't know what he's doing, but we have a really cool way that you can become an inside member to get started in your own business journey, to learn about what we're doing. You're going to be on the inside of our business, but hopefully this has been some encouragement, and I really am so excited about this queen palm. So, man, let me know in the comments, what is something that you are doing in your own life that relates to this, that gets you pumped up and excited for your future.